الله 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 لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله رب العالمين حمد الشاكرين وأفضل الصلاة وأكمل السلام على سيد المرسلين. أما بعد، فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد طب القلوب ودوائها وعافية الأبدان وشفائها ونور الأبصار وضيائها وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. With the fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we covered some aspects of the Jumla Ismiya. We covered a number of points. The lessons in relation to the Jumla Ismiya are not complete. However, for this stage I feel this is sufficient. And next we will be moving on to the Jumla Fi'liya. Now it's your job to, in your free time, to go and look at the points in relation to the Jumla Ismiya, because what I intend to do is later merge the Jumla Fi'liya and the Jumla Ismiyas together, and you'll understand how that is later on. But before I begin, since my heart is not at ease today, I would like for us to do some dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah. So I will begin and then we will join together inshallah. Can I request that everybody closes their eyes when doing the dhikr of Allah and picture yourself before the Ka'batullah. We are going to be doing the dhikr of La ilaha illallah. So bear in mind that there is none worthy of worship except Allah. So now I would like for everyone inshallah to close their eyes and do the dhikr of Allah alongside me. La ilaha illallah. 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 illallah. Mawlaya salli wa sallim daiman abadan ala habibika khairil khalqi kullihim. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Ya Rabbi salli ala محمد وعلى ساداتنا آله وصحبه الكرام لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله إلا الله يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم لا إله إلا الله 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 لا إله إلا الله. Now do you feel the tranquility, the peace and the purity? Verily with the remembrance of Allah is peace and solace. Khair, now inshallah we can begin with a clean heart inshallah ta'ala. Right, in the previous lesson I mentioned a point. However, that point got cut off in the previous video. So for those who are viewing, they would have missed out partially on that point. That point was in relation to the term shibh and shabah. That point was in relation to the term shibh and shabah. Is the term shibh jumla or shabah jumla? The term is shibh jumla. Why is it shibh? What is shibh? Shibh is a sifa mushabbaha. So the meaning it will give is that it resembles what? Okay, or resembles. So that jumla resembles the jumla ismiya, shibh jumla ismiya. However, in balagha, we come across the term wajhu shabah. Wajhu. Now, people mistakenly say wajhu shibh. People mistakenly say, but it is wajhu shabah, because shibh means shibh means it resembles or resembling, and shabah means resemblance. Shabah means, or shibh means similar, and shabah means similarity. Shabah means similarity. So now, what makes sense? Wajhu shibh, which means the reason of similar, or wajhu shabah, reason of similarity. Reason of similarity, reason of resemblance. And in shibh jumla, what makes sense? Resemblance of jumla, or resembling the jumla. It resembles, or it resembles, or it resemblance. You can't say it's resemblance. It resembles. So the term here would be shibh, but what you study in balagha is wajhu shabah, rhetoric. Wajhu shabah. Remember that point. Anyway, today we move on to the jumla fi'liya. But before moving on to the jumla fi'liya, it's important to take into account again a number of points, a number of rulings, a number of laws, a number of qawaid. Before you have here the very first table that you learnt. Can everyone read that together inshallah? ضرب ضربت ضربتا ضربنا ضربت ضربتما ضربتم ضربتي ضربتما ضربتن ضربتو ضربنا. Khair, mashallah. Now, how many sighat are here? 14. And we know that the first 6 are for ghaib, right? Third person. What? Third person. And the 6 after that are for hadir, for the second person, the mukhatab, the one you're speaking to. And then the final 2 are for mutakallim. So these first 6 on this side are for ghaib. Then the 6 on the my right hand side, your left hand side, are hadir, and the 2 at the bottom are mutakallim. So this is how the tables put into different slots. Now this is something that you should already know. Okay, this is how the table is spread out. Now from the first 6, the first 3 are for mudhakkar and the latter 3 are for muannas. Likewise with the second group of 6, the first 3 are for, and the second 3, the latter 3, muannas. And the mutakallim sigat, they can be read however. Now in Arabic we refer to such a table as tasrifatul af'al. What do you refer to as? What you learnt as gardan. Gardan is a Farsi term, paradigm in English, and the actual Arabic is tasrifatul af'al, meaning the changing or the turning of verbs, because that's what happens. Now it's very important to take into account that every fi'al has a fa'il, and we've covered this rule before. So each and every sigha that you see now on the board, each and every sigha, and remember the plural is sighat. So you're not going to say sigas, you'll say sighat or sigha. Now every sigha that you see on the board has a fa'il, However, in 2 of the 14 sighat, the fa'il is hidden. The fa'il is? Can you point out to me which 2 they are? So we have daraba, which fa'il is hidden within it? Huwa damir. Now this huwa damir, is it marfu, mansoob, majroor? Marfu. Why? Because kullu fa'ilin marfuun is marfu. Is it muttasil or munfasil? Was it attached or detached? It was detached. Okay, who on its own is detached? You're not wrong in saying that, but in this context, where was it? It was inside, so it was attached. So remember, I did mention before as well, something which is attached doesn't have to be physically apparent. It doesn't have to be. Like the organs within our body, are they attached? But are they apparent? Our limbs, are they attached? Are they apparent? Yes. So something which is attached doesn't have to be apparent. It may be apparent, it may not be apparent. So this is a damir marfu muttasil. In this case, was it hidden? Was it mustatir or was it bariz? Mustatir. So huwa damir marfu muttasil mustatir. Which state was it in? Meaning, is it mu'rab or mabni? It's mabni. And it's mahallan marfu, of course. We forgot that. It's mahallan marfu. But which state? Okay, is mabni. Mabni with what? Mabni ala al-fath. Mabni. Because huwa will always remain huwa. Mabni ala al-fath. Where's the other one? Darabat. What is inside darabat? Hiya damir. Again, hiya damir marfu muttasil mustatir mabni alal hi fath. Mabni alal fath. Hiya. So the fath mabni alal. So other than these 2 sighat, okay, other than these, and remember, I don't have to say sighani or sighan, okay, because even in the Arabic language, for 2 the jump term can be used. The jump term can be used. So some people try to be very smart. So I just clarifying, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Daraba. Okay, now, so we have 2 which are hidden. So those 2 which are hidden, the rest are, those 2 are hidden, the rest are apparent. So where is the damir for daraba? Is it huma inside it? There's no huma inside it, then what is it? The alif. The alif, remember, you know this is very important. The fi'l is always mufrad. Tasniya and jam is only used for asma. When you cover the signs of an ism, when you cover the signs of an, you cover the tasniya and jam. These were both signs of ism, didn't you? So when we say siga tasniya, siga jam, we're talking about the fi'l. So how is it a sign of an ism if you're using it for a fi'l? Remember that the fi'l is always mufrad. This, you know where the ba ends? Unless this ta is a sign of femininity. The ta here is a sign of femininity. Okay, that's not the mir. That's just a sign of femininity. Likewise here in darabata, this ta is just a sign of to show that it's feminine. But generally speaking, dad ra ba, this is the fi'l. This is the. So when we say tasniya and jam, what are we referring to? The fa'il. We are referring to the. And the fa'il is a what? An ism or a fi'l? An ism. So daraba, this is a damir, marfu', muttasil, bariz. Yes? Mabni ala sukun. Mabni ala sukun, because there's nothing. Even though usually sukun means there's a jazm on top, but in this case there's no jazm on top, but we'll still consider it as sukun. Right. So where is the fa'il here? In darabu. The waw. The waw is the jam fa'il. Which fa'il is it? It's a jam fa'il. And this is the fi'l dadraba. So remember, the fi'l is always actually mufrad. And when we use the term, even though we will obviously when terming a fi'l, we'll mention the whole word, right? However, just to avoid confusion, remember, because we know that tasniya and jam are signs of an ism, they are alamat of an ism. So just in case the confusion occurs, hang on a second, we're using these terms for a fi'l. No, actually we're referring to the fa'il. We are referring to the fa'il. The fa'il here then, where is it? The alif again. So this fa'il is also mabni ala sukun. This one is also mabni ala sukun. In darabna, where is it? This is called the noon niswa. Noon? The noon of femininity. The noon of femininity, and this is the fa'il. This is the fa'il. That's mabni ala fath. Darabna. Mabni ala fath. Darabta, where's the fa'il? The ta damir. Mabni ala al-fath. Darabtuma. The tuma is the fa'il. Now, if you actually go into more detail, which I'm not going to do, we can differentiate a number of things there as well. But for now, we stick to this. Darabtum. Darabti. You will never say ti damir. Ta damir. We'll just say ta damir. So the way they are in the huruf tahajji, that's how you'll read them. And I'm sure I mentioned this before, right? So you don't say bi harf jar. What do you say? A ba harf jar. Likewise, you don't say ti damir, tu damir. It's always ta damir. And you never say hu damir. You'll always say ha damir. Tuma, tunna, ta damir. And then you got the na there, okay? Now, we come to know that there's only two sigas in which the fa'il was actually hidden, and the rest of them are already apparent. The rest of them are already apparent. So, remember that the two types of fa'il, there's a damir and an ism zahir. There's a damir and an ism zahir. What is an ism zahir? An apparent ism, any other ism which is not a damir. That can be a fa'il. That can be a fa'il. So any other fa'il which isn't a damir will be an ism zahir. So let's remove huwa. Let's remove here. Is the fa'il for this already apparent? Yes. So you can't bring an ism zahir here, because you can't bring another fa'il there. Imagine I said to you, Zaid Mustansir hit. Does that make sense? It's either Zaid hit or, but I can say Zaid and Mustansir hit. Yes? But here, there's not going to be no wow, no nothing. The file is here. This means they hit. They. Whoever they is, you will know that from context. But this is just a siga on its own. So now you can't bring another file after it. They, Zayd, they, two, Zayd. So they, and then two Zayd separate. They, Zayd hit. Does that make sense? So imagine I said, Daraba, Zaydani. They, Zayd hit. Does that make sense? No. So you can't have two files coming together like that. You can't have two files coming together. Via ataf you can. That's different. But generally speaking, let's just go back to the rule. Those sigat which have the fa'il apparent, those sigat which have the, you are not allowed to bring an ism zahir as the fa'il. The only ones you can bring an ism zahir as a fa'il is the ones where it's hidden. The one way. So in daraba and darabat. So I can say daraba Zaydun. I can say daraba Zaydun. I can say daraba Zaydani. I can say daraba Zayduna. Remember that the ism zahir, this is a rule for the fi'l wahid. This is a rule for the fi'l wahid. That the fa'il that you bring, if it's an ism zahir, it can be wahid tasniya or jam. It can be wahid tasniya or. So I can say daraba Zaydun. This is where the ism zahir is wahid. I can say daraba Zaydani. Right? This is where the fa'il is tasniya. I can also say Zayduna. Daraba Zayduna. This is where the fa'il is. This is an example of where the fa'il is jam. So when the fi'l is wahid, remember this rule. When the fi'l is wahid, the ism zahir can be either wahid tasniya or jam. It can be any of the three. It can be any of the three. Likewise for darabat. Darabat Hindun. Darabat Hindani. Darabat Hindat. Or darabat Muslimatun. Darabat Muslimatani. Darabat Muslimatun. It doesn't matter, okay? However, so from this, however, just bear in mind that you know where the ism zahir is, you know where the file is already apparent. You can never bring an ism zahir after it. You can never bring. So there's only two sighas in which you may have to look for the fa'il. This will help you in your text now. So you know if daraba comes, or I'm just saying as a sigha, if daraba comes or darabat, now you may have to look forward. You know, where's the fa'il? But when any of the others come, any of the other 12, you will never look forward for a fa'il, because the fa'il is there. The fa'il is. So this will help you save time when reading text now. So now when you're reading text, you know that whenever from the fi'l madi, when any of the other 12 sigat come, other than the two where the fa'il is hidden, you may have to look for a fa'il. But in the two which is in the two sigas, or in the two sigat, where the damir is usually hidden, you may have to look for an ism zahir. Remember that if the damir is already within it, then there'll be no ism zahir. It's either the damir, or it's either the ism zahir. Now all that, how are we going to actually use this in text? How are we going to apply this? You know, when we cover sentences, this will become a lot more clear. At the moment, because it's like theory, you may just be a bit confused. But you know, when we apply it and implement it, inshallah, you'll understand very clearly then. So you repeat to me now. In how many sigas can the fa'il be in how many sigat can the fa'il be an ism zahir? Two, which are siga wahid mudhakkar ghaib and siga wahid muannas ghaib. And in the rest of the 12, they all baris. They all apparent. They all apparent. So you will only ever look for a fa'il forward, or have a need to look maybe, if it's any of these two sigas. Otherwise the fa'il is always apparent. You can't bring another ism zahir after it. You can't say daraba Zaydani. You can't say darabu Zayduna.
You say Zayduna darabu.
Yes. You can say Zayduna darabu. You can say Zayduna darabu. Now this will open up another discussion. But we'll mention, alright, let's do that. Let's do that. Right, please. Okay, darabu zayduna. This is one second. Okay. You got darabu zayduna and you got zayduna darabu. Now, with which fi'al are you allowed to bring an ism zahir which is jam'? With which fi'al? We just covered this. The wahid mudhakkar ghaib. So you can say daraba zayduna, but can you say darabu zayduna? Why? Because the file, where's the file? The file is already there. The file is already there. So here, you will say this can never be zayduna, but it can be something. It can be zaydina. It can be the maf'ul. It can be, meaning they hit the zayds. Because maf'ul can come after, the maf'ul will come afterwards. Not necessarily, sometimes maf'ul can come before, but generally speaking, the maf'ul comes afterwards. Right? So it will never be the case that a file has come after it when it's when the file is already apparent. Here in zayduna darabu, this was an example of jumla fi'liya. This will be an example of jumla ismiya. Because which word are we starting with? Ism. Now, you can't apply ma'rifa nakira because you don't use the term nakira for fi'al. We're going to cover that now, inshallah, slowly. But before that, just understand this. Zayduna is an ism, right? This will be considered the mubtada here. This will be considered. You'll understand how over the lessons which are coming. Now, in darabu, where's the damir? Where's the file? The waw is the file. And the waw is going back to, is returning to Zayd. It's returning to. So when you say they hit, this waw means they. They hit. Who is that they reference to? Zayd. Remember, a damir only goes backwards. A damir only goes, it doesn't go forwards. So you can't say daraba zayduna, darabu zayduna, intending it to go forward. You're not allowed to do that. Idmar qabla dhikr, meaning bringing a damir before mentioning the thing, is not permissible in nahv. Is not permissible. So, what will you do? If you want to bring the term zayduna, if you really want to, or say zaydani, whatever, you'll have to bring that first and you'll bring the fi'al later. So if you want to say two zayds here, you want to say two zayds here, but you want to mention Zayd's name, how are you going to say it? Two zayds, how are you going to say it? Can you say daraba? Oh, you can say daraba zaydani, that's correct. Daraba zaydani, meaning the siga wahid, and two zayds here. But if you want to bring it with the siga tasniya, you want to bring the term zaydani with the siga tasniya, then zaydani daraba, you will bring the name first. You will bring the name first. You look a bit confused.
What could say zaydani?
Did I even say darabani, or did I say zaydani daraba? Sorry?
Look like two people.
Zaydani daraba. Zaydani daraba. This is siga tasniya, which alif is going there, is going back. Do you understand? What did you think I was saying? Right. Is this clear now? Okay. Now you don't have to understand how that was jumla ismiya, how come the fi'l was the khabar, the jumla fi'liya was the khabar. Don't worry about all that. We're going to cover that with the lessons which are coming. Let me just cover another rule now before we move on. Just one more rule for now before we move on, and then we'll continue our class on Monday. Before we do that, anything in relation to what I just put on the board, if you have any questions or you feel that those viewing might be slightly confused as to what I was saying, because I did kind of rush it, you can ask a question.
So you can explain what's idmar qabla dhikr again?
Idmar qabla dhikr is bringing a damir before mentioning something. So for example, if I want to say, your name's Hamid, if I want to say Hamid hit, I can say Hamid hit, or and he helped. Hamid hit and he helped. So if I say Hamid hit and he helped, does that sentence make sense? Yes. But if I say he hit and Hamid helped, and that he is talking about you, I've brought the pronoun before even mentioning you. Now even though this is what we refer to as tanaza al-fi'lan anyway, where two fi'ls, they dispute with one another, or tanazu al-fi'lain, there are scenarios in relation to that. Is what I just said even acceptable? Yes, according to some, but we'll discuss that later. Okay, for now, just in order to make you understand, I've said what I've just said. Did you understand the answer though? Yeah? Okay, that's fine. Right, now one more rule we'll cover today is that there are two types of fi'l. There are how many types of fi'l? Two. We have the fi'l muta'addi and the fi'l lazim. We have the fi'l muta'addi and the fi'l lazim. Now fi'l muta'addi is that verb which requires a maf'ul, which requires an object. And fi'l lazim is that which does not require a maf'ul. That which doesn't require. Now for example, if I was to say I hit, did I hit something?
Yes.
Obviously, I'm not going to hit the air, am I? Actually, even if I hit the air is considered the object in that case. But not obviously tangible, but regardless. If I say I hit, I must have hit something, right? So whatever I hit is the maf'ul. Whatever I hit is the maf'ul. So in this case, darabtu, I hit. This is a fi'l muta'addi. This is the fi'l. Why? Because it requires a maf'ul. The hitting must have taken place on something. But if I say Ja'a Zaydun, Zayd came, does that require an object? No, Zayd came. That's complete, you don't need to know anything else. Now how do we differentiate between fi'l lazim and muta'addi? How do we figure out this verb is muta'addi and this verb is lazim? Now for a fi'l muta'addi, the question what or who, if you are able to ask the question what or, that means that verb is a fi'l muta'addi. That verb is a. If you are unable to ask what or who, then that means that verb is a fi'l lazim. What do I mean by this? Now look, if I say nasara, he helped, can you say he helped who? Can you ask that question? He helped what? Yes? So which fi'l is that? Muta'addi. Now if I say he came, can you say he came what?
No.
Can you say he came who?
No.
So now which fi'l will this be? Fi'l lazim. If I say he went, can you say he went what?
No.
Can you say he went who?
No.
Okay, so that's fi'l lazim. If I say he broke, can you say he broke what?
Yes.
So that's fi'l muta'addi. If I say he jumped, can you say he jumped what? Okay, not in the slang terms, right? He jumped him. Okay, not in the slang terms, but generally he jumped. You don't ask the term what or who. Alright? So that will be fi'l.
You don't say he jumped over something or that.
And then it will become ala and it will become dharf, lagv and so on. But even with that dharf lagv, that's maf'ul ghayr sari, but I don't want to get into that now. That's fine.
Not the fi'l muta'addi, it's in need of a maf'ul. Not the fi'l lazim, is that in need of a.
Just the file. Obviously the fi'l must come with the file. But the fi'l lazim is in need of the file, but not in need of a maf'ul.
Can a fi'l muta'addi turn into a fi'l lazim if there's a qarina, if there's like an indication like from somewhere else, like previously?
No, I think what you're saying is that, is there a need to bring the maf'ul if there's a qarina?
Yeah.
Remember, a fi'l muta'addi will always remain a fi'l muta'addi. Okay? However, yes, sometimes you may not have to bring a maf'ul in due to a qarina, due to something insinuating or indicating towards that matter. What is a qarina? Huwa amrun yushiru ila al-matlub. It's such a matter which indicates towards what's desired now, or towards that which is desired. Now if I say, if you're speaking to me and you say who hit Zayd, and I say darabtu, I say I hit. I don't have to say I hit him. The indication towards who we're talking about is in the speech anyway. So but in my sentence I didn't mention the maf'ul. In a situation like that, the maf'ul is mahdhuf. Okay, and remember, sometimes the maf'ul can be omitted. Sometimes the maf'ul can be omitted. Sometimes you can omit the fi'l as well. You can omit the fi'l. For example, somebody says, who hit Zayd? You say me. You say me, ana. You didn't say darabtu, right? And you didn't mention the maf'ul as well. You just said ana. So you just mentioned the fa'il, you didn't mention the maf'ul. You just mentioned the one who done the action. You didn't mention the maf'ul and you didn't mention the fi'l. So at times you can get rid of both. Yes. Right. Is that sufficient for today?
Yeah.
We've done a lot in it. A lot today.
Allahu, 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 Allah, Allah.